Welcome to District Command Central, your go-to source for the latest news and updates on the Washington Commanders. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a play. ZA'DARIUS Smith, the relentless pass rusher whose name has been echoing through locker rooms and front offices across the NFL, has reportedly finalized a deal with the Washington Commanders, sending shockwaves through the NFC East. Rumors have been swirling for weeks. Whispers in the corridors of stadiums and gyms, hinting at Smith's potential move, and now it seems all speculation has found its answer. Sources close to this situation suggest that Smith arrived in D.C. with a singular mission in mind: to dominate the division, disrupt quarterbacks, and turn the Commanders into a defensive nightmare for anyone daring enough to step on the field. Conversations in media circles are buzzing with excitement, with insiders hinting at the strategic depth this acquisition brings. Analysts have been breaking down Smith's tape relentlessly, pointing to his unique ability to pressure the quarterback, set the edge, and completely alter the flow of a game with a single snap. The anticipation among fans is palpable, with social media timelines flooded with commentary, memes, and endless speculation about how quickly Smith will impact the team's defensive front. Even rival teams in the division are reportedly recalculating their offensive strategies, recognizing that the presence of Smith could redefine every game against Washington. The rumor mill continues to spin, teasing potential scenarios where Smith's athletic prowess transforms the entire NFC East landscape, from locker room insiders to media pundits. The narrative around ZA'DARIUS Smith's arrival is electric, full of conjecture and bold predictions. It is said that teammates are already buzzing about the kind of energy Smith brings, an almost contagious intensity that lifts everyone around him. The Commanders' front office is reportedly thrilled, seeing this not merely as a signing but as a statement, a declaration that Washington intends to assert dominance in the NFC East. The chatter goes beyond just sacks and pressures, delving into the psychological impact on opposing quarterbacks, who now have to game plan against a player whose reputation alone can unsettle an entire offensive line. Fans are eagerly speculating on how Smith will mesh with the existing defensive scheme, imagining highlight reel plays, game-changing moments, and potentially record-setting performances. Even the rumor circles in nearby teams suggest that Smith's presence will force rivals to adapt or face the consequences, as the NFC East has historically been a division of tactical battles and fierce competition. Analysts point to Smith's history of explosive plays, hinting that he could be the missing piece that propels Washington from a team of potential into one of real threat. The discussions continue, filled with intrigue, suspense, and a sense of inevitability that Smith's impact will be immediate and undeniable. The buzz surrounding Smith's move has extended beyond the confines of the stadium, spilling over into sports radio, online forums, and every conceivable platform where NFL fans congregate. Speculators are debating not just his stats, but the cultural shift he might inspire within the Commanders' organization, imagining locker room leadership, mentorship of younger players, and an aura of intimidation that could affect every snap on the field. Analysts have noted that Smith's unique combination of speed, power, and technique creates matchup nightmares for opposing offenses. And the rumor is that coaches have been circling game plans already, attempting to maximize his potential. Social media platforms are ablaze with hashtags, predictions, and fan reactions ranging from sheer excitement to cautious optimism, each post fueling the larger narrative. Rumors even suggest that Smith's arrival could trigger domino effects in the league, influencing free agent decisions, trades, and draft strategies as teams anticipate a reinvigorated Washington defense. The rumor mill paints a picture of an NFC East on edge, with quarterbacks sleeping uneasily, offensive lines recalculating their protections, and commentators spinning endless what-if scenarios. All of this speculation adds to the sense that Smith is not just a player, but a symbol of transformation, a harbinger of a new era for the Commanders. Insiders hint that the negotiations leading to Smith's signing were as intense and strategic as the games themselves, with whispers of competitive offers, late-night phone calls, and high-stakes maneuvers that read like a spy thriller more than a sports transaction. Sources close to the matter suggest that Smith's decision to join Washington was influenced not only by the team's vision, but also by his personal ambition to cement a legacy within the league. Rumors suggest that teammates have already begun adjusting their routines, inspired by the presence of a player with such reputation and commitment. while coaches are reportedly planning innovative ways to unleash Smith's potential on every down. The narrative being circulated is one of transformation, with Smith at the center of an evolving defense that could redefine not just the Commanders, but the division itself. Fans and analysts alike are captivated, imagining every conceivable matchup scenario, every blitz, every chase, and every quarterback under pressure as Smith storms through offensive lines. Even casual observers are drawn into the buzz, discussing what Smith brings not just statistically, but emotionally, culturally, and psychologically to Washington. It is clear that the rumor, the anticipation, and the speculation are not merely about a player, but about the impact one individual can have on an entire league ecosystem. The arrival of Smith has sparked discussions that cross every boundary in the NFL community, from coaching rooms to betting forums. As experts attempt to quantify his influence in hypothetical matchups, rumors suggest that his presence will shift the dynamics of the NFC East entirely, with teams reconsidering playbooks and game strategies to account for a defender capable of altering any contest at any moment. The chatter is focused not only on Smith's physical ability, but also on the intangible elements he brings: leadership, experience, and a relentless drive that can inspire teammates to elevate their performance. Analysts speculate on combinations of defensive alignments, pressures, and creative schemes that could leverage Smith's unique skill set, further fueling the narrative. Fans are already imagining highlight reels of sacks, forced fumbles, and game-changing plays that might define the season. Even rival coaches are rumored to be keeping a close eye on training sessions, trying to anticipate how the Commanders might capitalize on Smith's abilities. The rumor-driven narrative paints Smith not just as a player, but as a central figure in a story that promises drama, intensity, and a reshaping of power in the NFC East. Beyond the field, the speculation surrounding Smith touches every corner of media coverage, from podcasts to television segments, each contributing to a story that feels part reality, part rumor, and entirely captivating. Sports commentators are weaving intricate narratives about the potential impact, dissecting every angle, every move, every potential matchup with a level of intensity usually reserved for playoffs. Social media is alive with conjecture about Smith's interactions with teammates, his adjustment to the Washington culture, and how his presence might inspire other free agents to follow suit. Rumors suggest that even merchandise sales and fan engagement are already being influenced, with jerseys, hashtags, and fan art multiplying in anticipation of the season. Analysts are debating long-term impacts on team dynamics, defensive rankings, and even MVP races, all centered around a single signing that has captured the imagination of the football world. The story continues to unfold in real time, fueled by speculation, excitement, and the promise of a player whose arrival could turn the tide of an entire division, leaving fans, rival teams, and pundits alike on the edge of their seats, waiting to see the reality behind the rumor. As ZA'DARIUS Smith steps onto Washington soil, the rumor mill intensifies, painting a picture of a team ready to transform under his influence. Whispers suggest that his first interactions with the locker room set the tone for a culture of accountability, aggression, and relentless pursuit of excellence. Analysts are dissecting the potential strategies that the Commanders might deploy, speculating on defensive schemes that place Smith at the center of every critical play, forcing quarterbacks to rethink their timing, their protections, and even their confidence. Rumors hint that veteran teammates are rallying around him, inspired by his track record and his reputation as a game changer, while younger players are eager to absorb lessons from a proven star. Conversations in media circles revolve around the psychological impact on the NFC East, with opposing teams reportedly adjusting practice regimens and offensive strategies in anticipation of a more dominant Washington defense. Fans are abuzz, imagining every conceivable scenario where Smith's influence turns close games into decisive victories. And every chatter thread online reflects speculation about how quickly he can redefine the division. Even discussions among rival coaches suggest nervous recalibrations, as the presence of a disruptive force like Smith forces the entire division to adapt in real time. The rumor-fueled narrative continues, suggesting that Smith's arrival could be the catalyst for a seismic shift in the NFC East hierarchy, a story that combines strategy, athleticism, and anticipation into a narrative impossible to ignore. Speculation about Smith's integration into the team extends to every aspect of the Commanders' defensive strategy, with insiders hinting at innovative schemes designed to leverage his unique combination of speed, power, and technique. Rumors suggest that Smith's presence will allow the team to implement more aggressive blitz packages, confuse opposing quarterbacks, and force offensive lines into making mistakes under relentless pressure. Analysts are dissecting his past performances, creating intricate breakdowns of his ability to alter plays mid-snap, chase down elusive quarterbacks, and create turnovers in critical moments. Fans are imagining a season filled with highlight reel sacks, forced fumbles, and game-changing moments that could define not only Washington's campaign but also the narrative of the entire division. The rumor mill even extends to potential contract implications, future signings, and the strategic message this signing sends to the rest of the league that the Commanders are serious contenders, willing to invest in game-changing talent to achieve dominance. Conversations online are vibrant, speculative, and full of excitement, with every post, tweet, and forum discussion feeding into a larger story of anticipation and uncertainty. The narrative suggests that ZA'DARIUS Smith is not just a player, but a spark capable of igniting transformation across an entire franchise. If you're enjoying the coverage, make sure to smash that like button and drop a comment with your thoughts on the Commanders' latest moves. We want to hear from you. The psychological dimension of Smith's rumored impact cannot be understated, as sources hint that his mere presence on the field might rattle quarterbacks and shift the emotional energy of games. Insiders suggest that opponents are already adjusting game plans, practicing rapid snap decisions, and preparing for the pressure of facing a defensive force capable of altering outcomes. With a single play, analysts speculate that Smith's influence will extend beyond the stat sheet, inspiring confidence in teammates while creating uncertainty and hesitation among rivals. Fans, meanwhile, are drawn into the anticipation, crafting narratives about pivotal moments, hypothetical game-winning sacks, and the larger story of a team poised for a renaissance in the NFC East. Rumors also suggest that Smith's leadership, experience, and intensity could foster a culture shift within Washington, emphasizing discipline, preparation, and an unrelenting drive to dominate each opponent. Social media buzz reflects this fascination, with every discussion, meme, and analysis adding layers to the unfolding narrative. The story being told, fueled by speculation, paints Smith as a transformational figure, a player whose impact is measured not just in statistics but in the mood, confidence, and strategy of an entire division, beyond the field and locker room. Rumors suggest Smith's presence could trigger broader ripple effects throughout the league, influencing free agent decisions, trade talks, and team strategies in ways not yet fully visible. Analysts speculate that other teams may feel pressure to respond, whether by acquiring additional pass rushers, adjusting draft priorities, or rethinking their offensive schemes. The narrative spun by insiders implies a domino effect, where one signing generates countless strategic recalibrations, both visible and hidden, as teams anticipate the shift in power dynamics. Fans are speculating about rivalries intensifying, with games becoming psychological battles as well as physical contests, every quarterback measuring the pressure of facing a defensive force. Like Smith, even casual observers are caught up in the excitement, drawn by the drama, intensity, and stakes suggested by the rumors. The anticipation paints a vivid picture of a division on edge, with Washington positioned as a disruptive force ready to redefine expectations. The rumor-fueled speculation portrays Smith not merely as an addition to a roster, but as a catalyst for change. Across an entire league ecosystem, insiders hint that Smith's training routines, early practices, and interactions with coaching staff are already generating excitement, with whispers of innovative drills designed to maximize his abilities and integrate him seamlessly into the defensive system. Analysts are imagining matchups, hypothetical blitzes, and complex defensive schemes that could exploit his skills, further fueling speculation about how quickly he could influence game outcomes. Fans are dissecting every snippet of news, every social media post, every possible hint from training camp, building elaborate mental scenarios of Smith wreaking havoc on opposing offenses. The narrative suggests a blend of anticipation, strategy, and spectacle, as the league braces for a player capable of changing the rhythm, confidence, and outcome of games with seemingly effortless dominance. Rumors indicate that the culture shift Smith brings could extend beyond the field, inspiring teammates, energizing fans, and signaling to the NFL that the Commanders are now serious contenders. The ongoing buzz paints Smith as a figure whose presence resonates far beyond statistics, A transformative force in a division hungry for excitement, competition, and disruption. Thanks for tuning into District Command Central. Make sure to subscribe and follow us for all the Commanders news you need. Until next time, keep the faith and hail to the Commanders.